everybody, welcome back. For those of you that don't know Paula, this is Paula. Paula, you have been with us before, so
I have.
Thank you for gracing us with your presence again.
Welcome back.
Thank you. It's wonderful to be here today.
So Paula's going to be here talking about something that is very near and dear to my heart, and that is. You're supposed to tell. I said that we should tell you.
That's awesome.
Nobody knew that we were going to get married. Nobody knew. And Russell's in Vegas with us. And thanks, buddy. Appreciate it.
Thanks,
this is much more fun.
Thanks, guys. Literally didn't tell anybody. We're probably going to get a crap for that one later.
Yeah.
Thank you.
For those of you that are checking out this segment later on, we announced previously that we got married in Las Vegas.
That is so weird. Okay, so back to Paula. Sorry, Paula, we're stealing
totally
your spotlight.
Cool. No, not at all.
So near and dear to my heart is advertising and marketing. And one of the things that I'm so impressed with why you're here talking today is obviously you do a bunch of marketing and advertising for CREB, but you're also responsible for finding platforms for the realtors to do advertising and marketing and putting your stamp of approval on where you think the best bang for their buck is.
Absolutely.
So you're here to talk a little bit about that today. So I'm going to throw it to you. We have a few slides, but
what's changed? What's happening?
So your members may not know, or your associates may not know, but at Forecast we announced that CREB now is moving to Metro on April the 6th. So we're going to be moving from the Herald to Calgary Metro. And we're really, really excited about this for a number of reasons. First and foremost, the readership of Metro is growing daily. They are one of the only media outlets in the world that has growing membership. And in fact, in Calgary, they've decided to double their editorial staff. So where other media outlets are laying people off, they're increasing their staff. So it's a real success story.
I thought Metro was some guy in his basement in Calgary that produced, and then I go to a few other places, I'm like, oh, they have Metro too, and they have Metro too. And
what's so great about you saying that is the reason that Metro is doing so well is because it's the only publication that has that feeling of localness, like a guy is sitting in his basement.
Totally.
Where you have places like the Herald who have fired all of their local reporters and everything is coming from Toronto to work across Canada. And it doesn't feel like that guy sitting in his basement writing about the city.
That is exactly right. The Metro focus is on local news. Which, the other publications are getting away from. It's more news that's on the wire. To your point, Lindsay, Metro, a lot of people think, oh, well, maybe it's that basement publication, but it's not. Metro is published in 120 cities, major cities, in 22 countries, in 4 continents. So that's huge. In Canada, it is owned and printed by Torstar Corporation, which owns the Toronto Star. So, some really credible management behind Metro.
Yeah, it's sticking around.
It is sticking around.
So we have some slides that have some of these numbers on it. Let's switch to that, and maybe Paula, you can walk us through those. And just let us know when you'd like us to switch over.
Absolutely. So we did talk about this, 120 cities in 22 countries. And the thing about the Metro model that is so wonderful for readers is that it's $0. So there's no barrier to entry for anybody to pick it up and read it. And that's what's making it so successful. It's not subscription-based. If we move to the next slide. Metro is really number one with readers in a number of markets. So they're distributing 477,000 papers a week. And what's really interesting here also is that 58% of Metro readers do not read the Herald today. 43% do not read the Sun. And 32% combined do not read the Herald or the Sun. So you're getting exposure to a whole new group of people. And Metro targets the age of acquisition, which is readers that are 18 to 49. They're buying their first home, they're moving up, they're establishing their careers. And so this really gives our members exposure to a whole new marketplace. And we're really excited about that.
Totally.
So if we move to the next slide.
This is insane. This blows my mind.
Isn't that amazing? So we're getting 10 times the distribution. So today with the Calgary Herald, you can pick up our insert at 350 locations.
And I just want you to expand on this, because we do have a lot of brand new realtors who might be tuning in. So when you say your insert, just quickly explain what we're talking about.
Absolutely. So our CREB Now is an insert inside of the Calgary Herald. So it's like a section in and of itself, right? So when we go to Metro, this will be another insert, and it'll actually, we're printing what we call a tall tabloid. So sorry for the crude demonstration, but the CREB Now insert will stick out at the top, and it'll say CREB Now, and so it'll be very visible in the Metro.
So great.
So when we go to Metro, we're going to a 2-week distribution cycle. Right now it's 4 weeks every quadrant with the Herald. So when we go to Metro, it's 2 weeks. So the first week will be North and City Center, and the second week will be South and City Center. And what's really exciting in that is in those 2 weeks, we will have distribution points 10 times what we have today. So like what I was saying,
let's go back to
today,
that graph, if you wouldn't mind.
We can pick up the Calgary Herald in 350 locations. When we go to Metro, across the 2 weeks, you'll be able to pick it up in 3,775 locations, which is just mind-boggling. On top of that, if you are a member in a rural location, Okotoks, Airdrie, Cochrane, you'll still be able to pick up our Calgary CREB Now in the CREB Now boxes. And the other exciting thing about Metro is that it has a pickup and readership rate of more than 95%.
I know that if I'm at a Subway or some other place and I'm just sitting down eating something quickly and the Metro's available, of course I grab it and read it. And very rarely is like a Calgary Herald because they have to buy it.
That's right.
Or subscribe to it. So the Metro being free makes it more readily available. Except for the coffee news, which I always do the trivia too. But after I'm done the trivia, then I go to the Metro.
Then you go to the Metro, absolutely. If we go to the next slide, I think this is where it really shows value for our members. So, pardon the cliche, but membership really has benefits when we move to Metro. Putting your ad in Metro will, you'll be able to do it for 30% less than if you went to Metro directly.
So if somebody comes through CREB to advertise.
Yes, that's a huge savings. That's stretching your dollar just so much more. You're going to get premium placement. Because we are in the Friday edition, that edition sits out on shelves for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So you're getting 3 days for the price of one. Fantastic exposure.
Does Metro publish and deliver daily?
They do, Monday to Friday.
Wow, right, yes. Monday to Friday. And then, so 3 days on the Friday. Perfect.
3 for the price of one. And then on top of that, we have 2.5% compounding exposure. And people say, well, what does that mean? And what that means is with the Metro model, they've actually been able to track with an independent company called Vividata that readers of CREB, or pardon me, of Metro, 2.5 readers per every edition. every paper, sorry.
Oh, right.
So when we put out our 42,500 papers on Friday, that actually compounds to over 106,000 readers.
I understand. So
Does that make sense?
Yeah, a person reads, that newspaper gets read by more than one person.
Exactly.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yes, thank
Like
you.
2.5
Yeah,
people.
because
It's Monday, I
it's
haven't
not
had enough
delivered to
coffee.
you for the Herald where you keep it. You read it and then you, oh, that's so great.
And I don't know about you, but my Herald, when I got it delivered to my house, came in the front door and straight usually to the recycle bin.
Yeah, well, until you forget to, you don't cancel your subscription. You figure, oh, there'll be some important article I need one time, and it just doesn't work.
You use it to line the bird cage.
Yeah, or I saw that article online. Like, that's what.
We have a bird cage and we line it with the paper.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's actually crazy that you even gave that example.
Crazy.
Yes.
That
Did
example.
you guys talk earlier?
No,
That's a crazy
we didn't.
example.
Do you have birds?
No.
Interesting.
Yeah.
It lines the bird cage and starts our fireplace. So there you go.
Yes. So, I mean, this is just a fantastic way for associates to get their listings out there, get their brand out there. We have a number of different ad types. So we've traditionally, ads always needed to have a listing associated with it. Now we have profile ads. So if you are a buyer's agent, you can promote your brand without having to have listings. And we're heading into the spring market. So now is a fantastic time to get your brand out there.
Yeah.
And so you had mentioned that this new initiative starts April 1st.
That's right.
And the thing that I like about it is obviously, they do publish daily, Monday to Friday. And if you would like to have your ad included in the CREB Now section, you said you just needed a couple days notice.
Yes, so the deadline for each Friday edition is Monday at noon. So if you reach out to our business development team, they can help you with design, layout, proofing, everything, but we just have to have it all locked down by Monday at noon. So, you don't have to be planning weeks and months in advance. I mean, there's certainly benefits if you want to buy a package where you can pick like 4 ads. They don't necessarily have to run 4 weeks in a row. There's some cost savings if you do that. But if you just, want to run 1 week in the South, you've got a listing in the South and you want to help move it along, give us a call.
And I asked if you had pricing right now, and you said that you're in the process of finalizing that. But by the sounds of it, it is going to be very affordable.
It's going to be extremely affordable.
Discounted, obviously. So what a great way for people who are still looking to do a little bit of print advertising, because doing print advertising on your own can be very tough. One of the things that we love about, we're part of a luxury portfolio brand, and they take out full pages, the Washington Post and, Homes and Lifestyle magazine. And because they do that, it's like, well, you can get this little part, which is so discounted than if you went through them directly and you had to have this huge thing. And I know that a lot of our realtors enjoy doing that because of that availability. So this is kind of the local way to do something that people have been looking for a long time in a publication I think that people believe in. So
yes.
Well done on tracking all of this and making the decision to move forward.
Thank you. And just a couple of things to add. You mentioned print advertising. Well, the CREB Now insert will also be online in the Metro online version, so you are getting that exposure digitally as well.
Nice.
And to your point about the larger ads that you can buy a smaller piece of, we can do that here too. So if a whole bunch of your associates want to go in and buy a half a page or a whole page and then divvy it up, we are totally flexible in doing that.
That's
cool.
Great, Paula. Thank you. Before I let you go, I just want to make a mention. I know that we've talked about your transition from the Herald, and for many of you in the company, and Ron Stater is going to be sending an email about this later. But we're going to be transitioning from the Herald as well. So you'll get a little bit more information about that this week. But I wouldn't have brought that up, but I felt like now that we spoke about why you are, we'd probably have a bunch of people online be like, why are you in the Herald?
Yeah.
So I thought I'd mention that. But more information to come, and I'm so glad. It's kind of a bit of you are a much bigger organization with a lot more resources. So it's kind of a bit of a stamp of approval to see the numbers and the research that you guys have done on this in terms of our decision. So
Absolutely.
I'm happy
We're
that you've shared
excited,
it with
and I
us.
hope you're excited as well.
Yeah, absolutely we are. We are great. So moving forward, doesn't start till April 1st, but the contact would be the business development team?
That's right. Just give
Okay.
a call in to help desk, and they'll transfer you to the business development team.
Awesome. Thanks,
and watch
Paula.
CREB Talk. There'll be more information coming.
Absolutely. Tons
Awesome.
of it.
Awesome. Paula, thank you as always.
Thanks, guys.
Okay.
All right, and everyone, make sure you guys have a great week. Get back in there. The listings are coming down. The sales are starting, so you need to be getting in touch with your clients ASAP. So all the best and having a great week.